Are you superstitious?
Not you. I feel like the opposite usually.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, I think superstition, I would lean towards the exact opposite. Like it's just random or it's coincidence. There's nothing behind it.
So you don't do something and go like, I'm going to keep doing that every time.
No, I would mix it up on purpose.
See, I'm the opposite. So I'm like, if it worked when I did that exact thing, I'm doing it again.
But like, how far down does that go? Is it like lucky socks, or is it like?
Oh yeah, it's timing. I'm really superstitious with time. Like I have to be like of course Sunday mornings is this way. Certain mornings of the week are that way. If I do something and like even diet, I'll repeat it.
Yeah.
Like if I do a certain like layout of the day or like Sunday morning, for example, then I'll try and do the exact same thing the next week.
But I feel like anything that you find success in, you like, it's like locked into your mind.
Yeah.
Like including nicknames. Like if you give someone a nickname the first time you meet them, that's going to be their nickname for 10 years.
That's very good. And I'm like this way with the Dodgers right now.
Oh man.
Like I'm like, I got to be wearing the same thing.
Ooh.
I gotta be sitting in my same exact couch spot.
So you're the reason why we lost.
So to me, I thought the reason why we won was because what we did. Now we've lost 2 games and I'm like, I'm rethinking everything.
I'm terrified.
I'm terrified.
I've never been this into baseball in my entire life.
Well, the thing about it is, let's just talk Dodger baseball real fast. Our pitchers are hurt. Like,
yes.
We have the best roster in all of baseball. We have the best hitting in all of baseball. And the Padres are, the annoying little brother that's like, we're like the older,
exactly how
we're the older brother that's like responsible and cool and classy and calm. They're the younger brother that's like, they're Clive. They're like taunting and like, look at what we can do, throwing baseballs into our dugout at our manager. Yeah. It's just unbelievable. But I believe in, like, I don't know why, like maybe just growing up in sports, like I'm superstitious. I'm superstitious about certain times to post or things to do or like.
Okay, I actually am superstitious about that. Okay, when it comes to social media or marketing and stuff, I'm like, I have to save it at this time and from this account. Yeah.
So you are. So
and none of it follows any algorithm. I just
no, it's you. That's what I'm saying. It's like you found 100%. Something that worked and you're convinced.
Yeah.
This has to happen.
Sauce.
This is the secret sauce. I don't believe it. I never believed that that's true, but I believe that it's true at the same time.
Yeah.
So weird.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of other examples that I'm like that, but it's like superstition is not a real thing, right? Like it's not like but it's like why why are we so convinced? I'm less convinced. All right, let's talk about leadership. What's going on, everybody? This is a podcast, a nation of leaners, called Leadership Lean In, episode 176. We are, 200. Give us some ideas. Yeah. Drop in the comments some ideas. I'm thinking, just track with me for a second. What if we met up somewhere? Would you say Hawaii? Sounds great. Okay, so let's do 200th episode in Hawaii or somewhere like really tropical. Dallas, middle of America. Sounds great.
I'm gonna say no to that. I don't know.
Jackson Hole.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
Let's do something. But let's get together, leaners. We love you so much. Everywhere I go, people are telling me this is so cool. I walked into the lobby of a hotel in Virginia Beach last week. I was preaching at Wave conference. Shout out to Pastor Steve Kelly. And I walked in the lobby and there was a convention going on for the YMCA.
Wow.
And there's tons of people around. I walked in and this girl goes, "Oh my gosh, no, that's not you."
Not real.
And I was like, hey, I thought she was at the church. She's like, "Oh my gosh, what are you? This is insane." She goes, "I listen to Leadership Lean In every morning."
That's unbelievable.
Every morning, I listen to Leadership Lean In. I'm a leader for the YMCA, blah, blah. It was such a cool, I was like, we're talking leadership. It was so fun in Virginia Beach. So thank you so much for all the leaners, all the people out there that are trying to get better like us. Nate Dogg's trying to get better. I'm trying to get better. We have more questions than answers. Let's just be honest. We do not have everything figured out, but we love talking about it. We just love talking about the idea and the subject matter of leadership. And we believe that when the leader gets better, everybody else gets better. So how does everybody else in your organization get better? You get better. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and as always, hit the comment button.
That's right.
Let us know where you're leaning from. This is a big week around here. My book comes out Tuesday. We are just, can I get a dunk, dunk, dunk? This thing right here, I bet you think this book is about you. You know the old song, "You're so vain." I bet you think this book is about you, don't you? You're so vain. So fun. I bet you, really, we're talking about pride versus humility. And I want to encourage you, get on to Target or Amazon. Amazon big deals going on. Pick up a copy. Leaner Nation, the day that it comes out, if you can, leave a comment on Amazon. Let us know a review. It helps us so much. But so excited for the book to come out. Book number 5.
I think it's my favorite title and cover yet.
Yeah.
I love it.
Shout out to Mads, crushed the design. Her first time designing for us. She annihilated this thing.
So good.
So excited. It is my 6th book, but the first one was self-published, so that sits in the garage. Okay. This one's real, and it's at Barnes & Noble. So thank you, everybody. We're excited today. We are talking about roots of character.
Hey, we want to take a quick break from our Leadership Lean In content to shout out one of our favorite sponsors, Mosh Bars.
Yeah, we love them. I actually heard a rumor that they have not only a new look, but they have a new formula. Nate, tell us about this new formula of Mosh Bar.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first, I love the cookie dough one.
Yeah, it's so good.
And now they have this ingredient called Cognizin that helps with your brain health.
Wow.
And it's absolutely amazing. For a protein bar, it's one of those bars where you eat it and you think you're cheating. But
it is
not.
That. You're
it
never
so
cheating.
Good.
And there's 8 flavors.
Yes.
I love the variety of flavors. They have fruity ones, they have chocolatey ones.
They have plant-based varieties as well.
No, but we want to make sure that we give you the offer they've given us because we love Mosh Bar. We're using this. We want you to use it. We want you to love it as much as we are. So I'm just going to read this directly because we do not want you to miss out on any part of it. So if you want to find ways to give back to others and to fuel your body and your brain, Mosh Bars are the perfect choice for you. Head to moshlife.com/LLI to save 20% off plus free shipping on the Best Sellers trial pack. That's 20% off plus free shipping on the Best Sellers trial pack at moshlife.com/LLI. Thank you, Mosh, for sponsoring this episode.
Oh yeah, by the way, they were on Shark Tank. I'm not gonna spoil anything.
You need to watch.
Yeah, you gotta go watch it. You gotta check it out.
Yeah.
But we're gonna head back to our Leadership Lean In content. Let's go.
We're excited today. We are talking about roots of character.
Let's go.
Roots of character. And to me, a lot of leadership, we are enamored with the fruit. But I'm always interested in what's going on in the root because the root allows there to be life, allows there to be abundance, allows there to be shade. So instead of looking at all the fruitfulness, let's look at all the rootfulness. Let's get down into the nitty gritty and let's see what roots of character. And I think this is big. We talk about values a lot. We talk about character a lot. And one of my favorite churches I've ever been to is a church formerly known as the City Church.
Wow.
And I remember just being so impressed, moved. 2004, 2005 is probably the first time I stepped foot into the Kirkland campus up there. And at the time, it was before Judah even took over, Pastor Wendell and Jenny. And I just was so blown away by every couple that you met at this church. I mean, they were just excellent, faith-filled, generous. I mean, just everybody you met and encountered, you're just like, what in the world? Who are these people? They're kind, they're godly. I was just blown away. And come to find out, one of the secrets to their sauce, I like that kind of coupling those words together. One of the key ingredients is they used to teach a class there called Roots of Character. And I thought, no wonder why they have such abundant fruit. They're focusing more on the root and the roots of character. And I want you as a leader to always be convinced that your character counts. Your character matters. And I'd rather go dig down deep. Don't worry about, we talk about this a lot, don't worry about the results. I can't control the results. I can't control outcomes. but I can control systems, disciplines, consistencies. I can focus on the root of my character. And so I want to give you a few things to write down today. Write down number one. I love this first thought. You need a foundation of faith. And this to me is that belief, confidence, trust, and not just a foundation of faith in yourself. To me, I think it starts with the foundation of faith in God, believing in a God that's good, a God that's for you, a God that's with you. Put that foundation into your life. It's why to me that song "Firm Foundation" goes off so much. And this is the second time I'm going to sing on this episode. Brace yourself. Brace yourself. First time, "You're So Vain." Second time, are you ready for "Firm Foundation"? I know Brandon Lake sings it pretty good. I know Naomi Make It Rain sings it pretty good. I know little Chandler Moore, my guy, sings it pretty good. But let me just. Rain came, wind blew, but my house, you get it. You've been there. You sang it too soon. But the wind's gonna blow, and the problems are the storm and the things and the problems are gonna come. But you gotta have an unshakable faith. You gotta build and dig deep that I am, no matter what the temperature looks like, no matter what the exterior looks like, I've got the root to keep on having faith, and not just faithfulness. I'm talking about faith, belief, confidence. That has to be a part of your character. Number two, perseverance. You know that old line, when the going gets tough,
the tough get going.
This is a big deal.
Yeah.
Just not throwing in the towel too easily, not quitting.
Doesn't it feel, I don't know, it feels like it's easier to quit today, or the urge to quit comes faster now than it used to.
And yeah, I think quitting has always been a part of human nature.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I always think about running. When I think about quitting, I think about running. I have run with runner's high, and it's one of the greatest feelings in the world, where you just like, whoop, and nothing can stop you.
I gotta trust you for that one.
You're like, tell me more, explain it more in more detail. But I know what it's like, and you know what it's like to run when you don't want to run.
That's right.
Or when it hurts, or when it's like, I've got a blister, I've got a sprained ankle, I've got a sore, I've got a hammy, whatever. I think, to me, shout out to Bianca Olthoff, this is a great title for a book, Grit, Don't Quit.
So good.
And that new book that's out that's really taken over right now is Grit. It's a whole message that I think is really needed right now. Like you're saying, we need grit.
Yeah.
I respect the ones that could have thrown in the towel when it wasn't fun, but they remained faithful. Life in leadership is there's some seasons and some pockets of fun, but most of it is not that fun. It's just consistent.
True.
It's just going. It's just going like, I'm running with a blister right now. I'm running with a hammy. I'm running with an injury. But I got to keep going. And to me, that's character. Character has stamina. It has perseverance. It has endurance. It has longevity to it. And that's why we celebrate those that have been doing it for a long time.
That's right.
At a high level, because it's like, wow, you could have thrown in the towel in that season, but you're still here smiling.
Yeah.
And you're still showing up. That's roots of character.
Do you think that part of that is people who understand we're never going to do it at 100%. Like you're never going to run your race and not have an ache or a pain. And when you accept that, it allows you to push through. Like I think for me, it's like it's easy to go like, I'm going to start my diet on Monday because Monday's a fresh start. When it's like, I should probably just right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, like you're saying, the opportunities to throw in the towel are so easily. There's always that lie that the grass is greener on the other side, that it's easier for them. It's easier over there. The problem with that is everywhere you go.
Dang.
So it's like, yeah, you got this, that, and the other now, but you're still there. So I'm trying to solve me and the roots of my character, because I know that everywhere I go. And I'm trying to improve and evolve and get better and change and mature. So that to me becomes a big deal. Number 3, honest and authenticity. Honesty and authenticity. This becomes a big deal when we talk about roots of character. I think most people are not honest with others because they're not honest with themselves. it's one thing to be fooled and deceived by someone else. It's a whole nother level to be fooled and deceived by yourself, self-deception. So how do you become honest with you? I think I used this illustration before, but I love this about Tom Brady that, when he first retired, he's out and about and the roast and the let's go back to Tampa Bay and let's do, and he said, now this year, now that he's an NFL analyst, I love listening to him, but now that he's an NFL analyst, he said this year he's trying to do a better job of checking in on himself. The reality is not a lot of people check in on you.
Yeah.
Think about that.
It's true.
There's not a lot of people out there checking in on Nate Dogg.
Right.
So you got to check in on Nate Dogg.
Have to.
And I got to be honest with me. I'm struggling. I'm discouraged. I'm lonely. I'm afraid. I'm not good.
Yeah.
Or man, I feel great. I'm excited. I'm encouraged. Like I got to be honest with me because I'll never be honest with somebody else.
How do you grow in self-awareness though? Like I feel like it's a skill. Like to have the ability to, you can check in and journal or reflect as much as you want, but like unless you can learn how to have like real true self-awareness.
Well, I think we're talking about the ability to go from my life into relationships. So if I am not honest with me, how could I ever have intimate or deep, meaningful, authentic relationships that are genuine connections? I can't have genuine friendships. I can't have, and I think vulnerability is a superpower. I think that it just disarms everybody and just connects you, and you kind of know it. You know when someone's it's the difference between repentance and being regretful.
Wow.
When someone is truly repentful, you feel it. You sense there's repentance. There is sincerity. There is a throwing their life. They're not repenting and going, but they're not repenting and going, but them. It's true repentance. You feel it. You sense it.
Yeah.
Regret is, I'm sorry I got caught. I'm sorry I did this. I'm sorry for what it cost me relationally, but I'm not turning away.
Wow.
It's the difference. I think authenticity is the same.
Yeah.
I'm authentic. I'm genuine. I am vulnerable. And that invites people into my life and we can connect.
Yeah, that's really good. I think that, to kind of speak back to the last thing, I think that you've called things out in me I didn't see in myself in a reframed, oh, that's the real me.
There you go.
I've been lying to myself.
Yeah, and we tell ourselves lies.
Yeah.
One of the books I read recently that I can't encourage enough, he's like my favorite author. John Mark Comer's like my favorite author. His writing to me is the number one. But please buy this one. It's probably half as good as John Mark Comer. It's a quarter of what John Mark Comer writes. This guy's the best.
Amazing.
I just love his writing so much. And he wrote a book called Live No Lies. And I think just the whole concept of lying.
Yeah.
We don't like to admit how many lies we tell.
Yeah.
Little white lies, half truths. And just reading that book, I'm like, man, this is such good content.
Yeah.
For us to walk in true freedom, we have to walk in true honesty. So you talk about roots of character. One of the things that someone that has someone good character, they are honest. They're not hiding, manipulating, spinning, twisting. All of that is exhausting. People with good character are forthright because they have nothing to hide.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important. Authenticity and honesty are requirements of good character. Yeah. Don't live in those half truths. Don't live in those little white lies. Don't live in that hiding something. That's an exhausting. And you know what? To be honest, you can't be a leader and do that.
No,
you're just not going to succeed.
That's right.
So that's a big one. Here's the next one. I like this. We're on number 4. Number 4 is humility, and that's really what this book is about. It's the contrast, pride versus humility. And someone asked me on one of the, I've been doing interviews for the book.
Yeah.
Someone says, how do you know you have pride? And I was like, well, the first sign that you have pride is that you don't think you have pride.
Yeah, truly. I remember meeting with like a young leader. I said, how you doing? What's something that you feel like you've improved on in the season? And they go, man, I feel like I'm so humble. And I said, let's just stop for just a second. What'd you just say? That's kind of a paradox. You can't.
Yeah, it's actually that's so good.
Oh man, it was amazing.
And I think if you think about it, like humility, we're so drawn to it. We so appreciate it.
So attractive.
It's kind of like the repentful idea. It's like humility. I know you can. It's a discernment thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You sense when someone's truly humble,
mm-hmm.
and there's a lot of definitions we talk about in the book. I don't want to take away everything from the book. I really want you to read it. But one of the things I love, we repeat a lot in it, is saying humility is having an honest, accurate self-view. It's not thinking less of myself. It's thinking less about myself.
Mm-hmm.
So when I have roots of character, it's like I have the character to go, I understand my gifting, my talent, my influence, my power, and I'm not going to leverage and monetize it just for me. I'm actually going to use it for others.
So good.
To champion, to empower, to equip, to serve, to encourage. So it's arrows out rather than arrows in.
Yep.
This to me becomes great character, where now we're talking about servant leadership. This is the best form of leadership.
That's right.
So I'm here to serve. How can I help you? How can I fit in? What do you need? To me, when you lead like that, you are lethal.
Mm-hmm.
It requires humility. Because Jesus says this, he says, in the scriptures, they speak to this constantly. If you exalt yourself, which is pride, God is forced to, you force his hand, he has to humble you.
Yeah.
If you humble yourself, contrast, if you humble yourself, he will exalt you. Now, let's talk about the realities of that. Now you've been exalted by God. Now there's a whole nother level of testing that's on your way.
Yeah. Yep.
Opportunities, temptations, success. A man is tested by the praises he receives. So the testing to me and the roots of character is to be humble under the mighty hand of God. God exalts you. How do you stay humble?
Yeah.
That to me is roots of character. Number 5, patience and forgiveness. When I have great character, I am patient with others and myself, and I practice forgiveness. These are monumental in roots of character, patience and forgiveness. Think about this, patience and forgiveness. I have to be so patient with me if I ever have a shot to be patient with you. Are you a patient person?
I hate it. I hate patience.
You're not patient.
I have to force myself. It does not come easy to me.
What do you mean?
Like I have, this is what I want, and I want it.
Want it now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I get locked onto something, like we got an ice cream machine, and for 2 months, I don't want to wait for Christmas.
Yeah.
So I want it right now.
I want it right now. Okay.
Walking through Costco. Oh, there it is. I should have waited.
Are you a big Costco dog guy? You stop by and get the Costco dog on the way out. $1.50. What are you thinking about this? When you walk by the hot dog, what do you do?
It's the best value meal in the world.
In the world. So whatever. My question is, are you stopping to get it?
No, I get the rotisserie chicken in the
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I do.
Okay, so my boys love the hot dog when we're leaving. They love the hot dog. They want to try the little pizza thing. They sometimes will splurge and get the sundae.
Oh yeah. The Sunday is
that is, you know what? And by the way,
fantastic.
I've never stood in the Costco dog line and been like, this line's too long, even though it's Disneyland long.
Yeah.
I know it's moving quick.
Costco sells more pizza than every other pizza chain combined in America.
Come on, I love you for these stats. Like I love it. This is why I love you so much for these stats. I think that patience is so hard. Not just waiting in line in Disneyland, but really being patient with you. Like, I so want to be so much better than I am today.
That's where I feel most impatient.
With yourself.
I see myself in the future.
Yeah. It's like,
and man, why isn't it? Why can't I expedite that?
I think that I could be better. I know I should be more mature. I should. So because I require so much patience with me, how could I not give it? It's the parable Jesus tells where he forgives the guy's debt. And then the guy goes out and he can't forgive the debt of somebody else. And the master comes and is like, wait, I forgave you all this. You can't, what? And I think if I can't be patient and forgive me, I will never have a shot at being patient and forgiving others. I think you got to practice forgiveness. It's a muscle. I'm always trying to practice this muscle. Forgive me of my sins as I forgive others. And this is, some people it's easier, other people it's harder.
Yeah.
It hit you in a different spot, hit you in a different season, and you got to work through those pains. But to me, you have to live your life, roots of character. I have no enemies. I don't have one enemy. Mm-hmm. I love everybody. And why do I love everybody? Because I've gotten healed. The problem with some leaders is they're leading and they're still wounded. They haven't gotten healed up. You've got to do everything within your power to get healed from those or things that hurt you or you that hurt you. You can't lead with offense, bitterness, unforgiveness. That will just, as the Bible says, contaminate everything, affects everything. So why do I work so hard on forgiveness? Because I know what's at stake. Everything.
Yeah.
And if I don't work on me, I've contaminated my whole world. My kids are going to feel that. My wife is going to feel that. My staff is going to feel that. What's coming out of me is going to be weird.
Yeah.
I've got to get healed.
Yeah. I think there's like a weird thing where it's like, if you feel like, do you feel like you're entitled to forgiveness?
Mm-mm.
And I think that means that it's quick for you to forgive others.
That's right.
It's like, but if you ever feel entitled, they need to forgive me, or
Yeah.
I messed up, or if you feel entitled to that, you'll be slow to forgive. Like I wake up every day like, man, I don't deserve this life.
Gosh, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I can't, but man, thank you. I made mistakes. I said dumb things. Man, wow. This is marriage, by the way. One of my favorite quotes I said 1,000 times. Ruth Graham, the wife of Billy Graham, she says a great marriage is made up of two great givers and forgivers.
Whoa, I've never heard you say that. That's really good.
Think about this one. A great marriage is made up of two, not one, two great givers and forgivers. The person I should be the most generous to in the whole world is Julia. Mm-hmm. And the person I have to forgive the most is Julia.
Yep.
I need her forgiveness and I need her generosity towards me every day. How could we have a good marriage? So think about your life. How could you have a good life if you don't give and forgive? This is roots of character, that generosity, that forgiveness. It flows out of you. It's like you hear these stories. I'll never forget years ago, there was this guy, and it's morbid, so I'm going to spare some of the details, but his son had done something really mean and just evil to another dad's son. Beyond, like I don't even want to describe it. In the courtroom, the fathers hug and they forgive each other of what their sons did. Now think about this. This has affected both families. They're in court. They're decimated, and they're practicing forgiveness. So maybe someone has wronged you, but forget the levels. They've wronged you. It doesn't matter the details.
Exactly.
You've got to just commit for your future to be a leader, to be used. I got to practice it.
So good.
Here's the last one, number 6, courage. This is a great one because you talk about roots of character. So when you think about character, we think about integrity, you think about perseverance, think about honesty and all these things, right? Humility, okay? But we don't think about courage that often. You think about courage. When you got character, you got backbone. Mm-hmm. Moxie.
We need a moxie button.
Yeah, hit me with a moxie. You know who's got the most moxie? Hit me with a Craig Rochelle.
Well, the habits you have today will shape who you become tomorrow.
You think that voice sounds like a weasel? You think he sounds like a snake?
No, not at all.
You think that man's deviant?
No.
Hit it again. Listen to that voice.
Well, the habits you have today will shape who you become tomorrow.
I mean, that's strong. Hit me with a John Maxwell.
Everything rises and falls on leadership.
I mean, that's 4 million miles on those vocal cords.
Voice,
yeah, that's a courageous voice. You think about, let's play law of opposite. When you're not courageous, you're slippery. You're a weasel. You got no backbone.
Yeah, you're running.
You're running, hiding, right? One of my favorite scriptures, the righteous are as bold as a lion. The righteous are as bold as a lion. To me, when you got great character, you got that backbone, you got that courage to take risks, to pioneer, to move forward, to take new ground. You got courage to confront, you got courage to address, you got courage to rebuke, you got whatever, like courageous leadership.
Yep.
That is a reflection of good character.
That's right.
And when I got when my character is in order, one of the best proverbs to me is the righteous walk with security, or those with integrity walk securely. So when I'm secure and confident in who I am, and I got character, I can take on any problem.
That's right.
Moses dies, and God says to Joshua a bunch of times, "Be strong and courageous." Other translations go, "very courageous."
Yeah.
Why? Because we need leaders. Okay, we chose you, Josh, because your character, and we don't want you to be shy, timid, or afraid.
That's right.
It's that whole thing. God has not given you a spirit of fear, but a spirit of power, love, and sound mind. So I can move forward with courage, going like, who's this Goliath taunting us? So it's not even about my physical makeup.
Right.
There's a spirit on the inside. There's a character on the inside. And that is a reflection of my attitude, of my approach to leadership and being a courageous leader.
I've been taking the boys to school in the morning, and we put on the full armor of God,
Woo!
The helmet of salvation, and we do the whole thing. And I remember a professor when I was in Bible college, they said when they would put on the armor back then, there usually would be a back plate.
Ooh.
But Paul leaves out the back plate because God's people never retreat. They only go forward.
We only go forward.
And I remember the first time I heard that, I got chills.
Yeah. Ooh,
whoa, that's so good.
Hey, whoa.
That's so encouraging.
Yeah.
Like my little one, he's in TK, and he's still kind of like, can we wait for my friend to get here before I get out of the car?
Yeah.
It's like, you don't have a back plate, dude. You're good to go.
Yeah, you're good, buddy.
Okay.
Okay.
Get up, you'll go.
Yeah, yeah. And I think, hey, listen, you don't have a shot at really leading being a weasel.
Yeah, what? And people know.
They know who.
You can have the appearance of courage without
being courageous.
Yes.
Yeah, and courage is, it's eye contact to conversation. It's not, I think that we mistake courage and confidence for personality.
Wow.
We mistake it for talent.
Mm-hmm.
Charisma, right. We're so enamored with it. Man, some of the most lethal leaders I know, quiet.
Right.
Backbone. You're not moving them. You're not messing with them.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I'm like, don't worry about the fruit. The fruit is going to come. The fruit, it's on its way. The fruit, come on. I'm never worried about fruit. I can't control it. Mm-hmm. I got to get my character down. I got to get my roots going deep, and the rest will take care of itself. We love you. We're for you. We're with you. And the best is yet to come.